Hello everybody, Neto Pimenta here from Spark to Finish, here in our creative journey. It is Sunday, Competence Sunday. Forgive my tacky 1990s wife beater. I was just coming from the gym and I thought about dressing myself a little bit, but dressing myself up. But it's Sunday, it's a day off for most people, and I like that competence falls on this day because of this. What is the thing that we are all doing to improve ourselves that goes beyond that one craft, that one skill, right? That one gift that we are sharing with the world? Beyond our services, beyond our product, how are we becoming better leaders, better people, better at what we do, better at attending to and listening and understanding the demands of our audience, of our clients, of our people? Because it's not enough. Let's slow down. First of all, what are we doing to get better at the thing that we do? Because if anybody here is telling them they've arrived to a level of mastery that they can't surpass, that's BS. Let's start there. Bruce Lee, my main man Bruce Lee, and I may have quoted him before because I'm always all about Bruce Lee, is one of the guys that I really look up to. He says there are no limitations, only plateaus, and we must break through them, right? And I talked about this idea before of having our ceiling become our floor and then go after the next ceiling. So that's mastery of the craft, of the art, of the service, of the thing that we are already doing. But beyond that, what is the thing that you are doing tangentially to that, or lateral to that, or even seemingly parallel to it, separate from it, that eventually becomes part of you? I myself, I'm a voracious reader. I listen to about 3 books a week. I read at least one, and the ones that I listen to it, I pause, I make notes, I go back, make sure whoever are audiobooks out there, they are actually consuming the information, letting the information sit in your bones, and it's not just going through you and your mind is wandering, going somewhere else. Whatever it is that you are doing insofar as learning new knowledge and learning new things, make sure you're present. That's number one. And I learned that when I was studying and practicing all sorts of Eastern philosophy and mindfulness, yoga, meditation, Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Zen. All of that has been part of what has gotten me to understand a lot of the Western thing better. So I'll jump around from neuroscience to neurolinguistics to Hinduism to Zen and so on. And at times it feels like my brain cannot contain the amount of information that I'm getting. And eventually what happens is, because if you actually are applying, if you're actually living life and doing your best to incorporate any new knowledge, because knowledge itself, if all you are is a learner, if all you are is a consumer of podcasts and videos and books and so on, but you never do anything with it, that's stale knowledge. That's dead knowledge. It really is, because every single one of those people, from this video to anything else, that's already in the past. And the way you can one-up anybody that produces content is use that content today to improve yourself and improve what you're doing. Iterate with the thing that you do that other person that's putting the content out doesn't. And the only way you can do it if you are mixing and matching all the web of stuff you learn, you listen, you into your mind. And that's how creativity really comes into, is this cut and paste, splice and dice of things that could not happen by anybody else but through us, because nobody else consumes the exact same kind of things as we do, and nobody else has the digestion that we do based on our perspective and our story. So it's this constant input and output, and knowledge, iteration, knowledge, iteration, and eventually there's expansion, right? If you learn everything there is to know, even though that is impossible, but you've learned enough on one subject, jump to the next one. If you're a freelancer, you are an artist, you are a independent contractor, what can you learn about marketing that will help you tell your story better and engage with people? What can you learn about customer service? What can you learn about leadership? If you're having a hard time getting traction and there's a mindset issue that is keeping you from believing in yourself and turning this, I don't really like this word, passion into action. I like the whole sentence. Turn your passion into action. I don't much care for passion because I don't know what passion is. Nobody does really. Each person has their own semantic version of what passion is, and we can fight on the semantics of it. Turn it into action and turn it in a way that better today than it was last week. And Sunday is the metaphorical representation of this. Every time you are with that time, in your time off, in your other days, you don't have to be hyper productive or be devouring books and so on, but can you at least bring the focus into the present moment and see what you can learn from the things that you are doing when you're not doing the work that you do? Right? What can you extract from any information, from any experience in your life? When we bring ourselves into the present moment with focus and intention, saying, yes, I'm here at this party, right? And I'm just here to have fun. But can I bring my focus and intention, sorry, the sun over there, guys. Can I bring my focus and intention into watching human interaction, into watching human behavior, into seeing what gets people going, what gets people smiling, what turns people off, what bumps people, what uplifts people? What can I learn from this? And then iterate. And also, in dead times, and I always say, and I must be a bore, because I always say that to clients, and I always say that to anybody who comes to any free event of mine, my meetup groups, my webinars. If you have enough time to be spending binge watching stuff, binge consuming whatever, just being on social media doing mindless stuff, which I also do at times, but you are unhappy with the life you're creating, use that time for something else. Read a book and apply that knowledge. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about Competence Sundays. What can you do in your time off that goes beyond your craft to make yourself into a better craftsperson, make yourself into a more skillful artist, make yourself into a more elevated, refined entrepreneur than you were last week, than you were yesterday. Get better at what you do so that when the most of you, right, when your best is required, you will be there and ready to give your best. And I just arrived home. That's Competence Sundays, everybody.